Hello, hello! No, I had my mic muted. I was. Mike just sent me something funny, so I muted my microphone. I didn't want people to hear me laughing. Basically, Mike drew a stick figure, like, for his friend. And he animated it in live 2D and turned it into a VTuber avatar. It's terrible. Here, I'll paste it. I gotta watch this again. It doesn't do much, it just moves back and forth. Yeah, tomorrow I am going to make a few changes to my Ama avatar. I think one of the things I want to do is add like some brighter highlights to her hair too, like give it a little bit of shine. Because her hair is like super dark, I notice. Like it doesn't really have a lot of contrast, so I'm gonna brighten up the shine in her hair. And then I have to separate her bracers from her arms so that Mike could actually like move her arms and the bracers. And then for her boob area, apparently I have to separate the boobs from the shirt, like two different things, so that way he'll be able to give her boob jiggle physics, and also he's gonna give her breathing physics. So it's gonna look like, you know, she's breathing, like her chest will move up and down. And also, he's gonna eventually get it where she can turn side to side. So I don't know how any of this works because I'm not the one learning how to use Live 2D. But, you know, VTuber avatars are usually pretty expressive and they can move around a lot. So, and I also have to edit her neck so that she can look up. So I will be able to look up, down, left, right, and the avatar will move with me. Right now, if I turn my head side to side, she just does this, you know. I could raise my eyebrows. I could wink. I could blink. I can move my eyes, my mouth moves. But yeah, like this avatar's animations are pretty limited right now. This is like version 1.0. So we're gonna try and make the animations a little bit more expressive. But I do need to do some editing to my layers so that Mike can do that. Because I did not read a tutorial when I made this. I just winged it. Because, you know, that's how I do. Like, tutorial? Who needs a tutorial? I could do this. Although, for the most part, he said I did everything right. There's just, like, a few little minor things that I gotta fix. But, yeah. I'm pretty happy with my avatar overall, you know. This is my non-World of Warcraft Ama. Like, she's technically not a Blood Elf. The outfit is original. I designed it myself. So, yeah. This is OG original Ama. So she doesn't have, like, glowy blue eyes. Her ears are tilted sideways a little bit more. She doesn't have the really long eyebrows. So those are the ways I was able to basically change her enough so that I can say she's like, you know, my own thing and not World of Warcraft. So, no copyright issues. I wish I could have her mouth open a little wider though, but I gotta do some editing there. Cause like when I talk, you know, the mouth barely opens, so. That's as far as it goes. Boop, 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 boop. Anywho, enough with me being distracted, because I get distracted very easily. So today we are going to be finishing all of the shading and the highlights. Also, hello, Savannah! So, yeah, that's what I'm working on. Oh yeah, also, I posted a new clip studio video into general chat. I know it kind of got a little buried, but, I finally found some videos that show you how to do the webcam thing, so you can track your hands and pose the hands. And, because I'm using my VTuber avatar, you know, my webcam is already in use, but yeah, it's a really cool feature. Actually, hang on 1 minute. I'm gonna I wanna stop the capture. Okay, so hang on. Save. Alright, so my webcam is not currently in use, so now I can try this out. So all you gotta do is you take a 3D model. So let's take, let's just take this. And then right down here, I believe it's this button. Nope, that's not the one. Hang on, which one? Adjust body shape and size. Release lock joints. Save body shape. Doesn't say what that is. Huh. Do I... it should connect to my webcam. There is a way. I think it is this button here. Oh, here we go. Hand scanner. Hand scanning the camera. Okay. You guys gotta see this. Like, you know, I'm just playing around with the new features here. Okay. Let's see. Okay, the webcam's on. There I am in all my glory. And I got my neck pillow here. So, okay, I'm gonna use this hand. Let's see. Okay. Scan hand. Oh, okay. I gotta select the hand. That would make sense. Yeah, I'm gonna move her arm up. Oh my god, that is so cool. I know you guys don't see the webcam. Well, I can't show you my webcam because it's being used by Clip Studio right now, but like, I'm gonna select her hand. And then you're gonna see the hand move. So just give me 1 second. I bought Clip Studio 2.0 since it's a one-time license at the moment and on sale. I need to learn to use my tablet now. Oh, congratulations! Mike is buying it too. A couple people are buying it. I'm like, get it now while it's cheap, you know? Okay, let's see. How did I do that again? Here we go. Okay, hand scanner. Alright. Look at, guys, look at this. See her hand moving? Let's get both hands. Let's see if I could do both. I don't know if I could do both. Both? I think I could only scan one at a time. But this is literally my hands. Look, thumbs up! It's a thumbs up! That is so cool! I literally have, you know, my hand in front of the webcam. And oh my god, look at the fingers are like bending backwards. My hand is breaking! I can do a peace sign. Peace sign. Oh my gosh, this is cool. And then, like, when it gets to where I like it, all I gotta do is hit OK. And look at that. Okay, her fingers are bent a little funny, but yeah, that's a cool feature. That is really cool. So I just wanted to try that out. That was fun. Now I know how to use it. So far we have gotten to try out the shading, the auto shading feature, which I feel like it can definitely have its uses, but it's obviously it's definitely still meant to be a tool and it's not going to shade your art for you. Like, I was hoping it would, but you know, that's not how it works. It is a good feature for people who have trouble with shading and lighting and, you know, need an idea of like, okay, where's my light source gonna be? But it doesn't do like a neat enough job to be able to actually just do the shading. And then of course we tried out the new 3-dimensional head feature, which I think is literally the greatest thing ever. Because you can customize the head and make it look like any kind of style you want. Like, it could be cartoony, it could be anime, it could be realistic. Freaking amazing if you want to get better at drawing faces and stuff. So I give the new 3D head model a 10 out of 10. Like, so far that's the most polished and like best feature for the new Clip Studio. Also, the new color blending is pretty dang good so far, so I like that. I haven't tried the fisheye lens perspective or the panorama view thing, and those are probably features that I am likely never going to use because I don't really do crazy ornate backgrounds that are ever going to require weird perspectives, you know? And I just suck at perspective anyway, so that's not really my skill set. So I don't think I'm going to ever try those tools. But they're still cool. Like, I've seen what they can do. People demonstrated them on YouTube. So, yeah, like, I do really like version 2.0 so far. It has some really good features. For sure. And also the whole hand tracking thing, like to be able to use your webcam and pose your hand and get it to put it on a 3D model, that's so cool. So bravo, Clip Studio. I'll give you a clap. I can only imagine, you know, what's gonna be coming down the line for Clip Studio. Like if they're gonna have, you know, if they're gonna improve the technology to where the shading tool can actually shade the way I do. Like if they could make cell shading just pop in this picture just like what I'm doing right now, like clean cut edges, like that would save me so much time. Like, not even joking. I could actually like lower my prices because, you know, my labor time would be cut way down. And you know what? Actually, Clip Studio does have a feature apparently where it can fill in your color flats as well. That one has been around for a little bit since the last update, but I have never tried it out. And I honestly don't know how to use it, and I completely forgot it exists until I watched that Lauvon of YouTube video that I posted last night, and I was like, oh, you mean it could do my color flats? But apparently it does have like an ability to track where your line art is and to be able to like fill in your color flats for you. Sort of. Again, I think like everything else, it's still a little bit limited. Like it's not gonna do a perfect job. You know, you're still gonna have to do some work, basically. But, you know, as the technology and all this AI stuff improves, I feel like the tools that are gonna come out for artists are gonna be monumental in, like, saving us a whole boatload of time. Because really, time is everything, man. Time is money. Time is labor. Like, if I could cut down a, you know, 15-hour project to, like, I don't know, 10 hours, that would be nice. It would be. Like, I'd be down for that. So, as much as I have, like, you know, my doubts about AI, if AI is used as a tool to help artists, I'm cool with it. As long as it's not replacing artists, you know? So, that, like, there's always a good side to everything. An upside. Alright, let's see, adjusting the opacity. I want to make it a little more contrasty, so I'm just upping the opacity a bit. So, let's see. Excited to try and learn to use a tablet. Absolutely. And, you know, if you ever need any, like, tips or anything, you know, hit me up anytime, because I am an art teacher and I do, like, I have no problem giving people advice for free. Like, if you ever have questions, or even if you're having, like, technical issues with your tablet, or something in Clip Studio is stumping you, you know, just send me a DM and I'll do my best to help you. That's what I'm here for. This is 35. So what I'm doing with the shading right now is, because most of Arazi is like fairly monochromatic, I'm just taking a really dark brown so that it's, you know, a nice warm color. And I'm just lowering the opacity down to 35. Because what this does is it allows me to shade over every single color. So I get to have shadow on the blood. I get to have shadow on each different shade of fur. Across his nose. So that's basically, it's like a little trick to speed up the process. But if you have a picture that has many different colors, especially like really bright saturated colors, I don't recommend this technique because, number one, it's very desaturated shading, and if you want something to have bright colors, the better way to do it is to use your eyedropper tool, pick your color, and just slide your color picker to a slightly darker shade of that color. That way your colors still stay nice and saturated and pretty. Because you don't want your picture to look dull and muddy. But for something like this that's moody and atmospheric and fairly monochromatic, doing it with one color that's dark and just lowering the opacity is a good way to shade. Like, it really does save a lot of time, and you don't have to color pick for each different color. It's like a shortcut, basically. So for his ears, because the inside of the ears is a pink tone, I'm not using that dark brown. I'm actually using a darker shade of the pink because I want that color to be a little bit more vibrant and lively. And I don't feel like the dark brown would do it justice. Now, if you want to see for comparison, let's see how it looks. I'm going to put this back on 35. So here's how it looks with a darker shade of pink. And then right next to it, let's see how it looks with the dark brown. See the difference? It's like totally different tone, way more desaturated. So it really changes, you know, the color by a lot. So again, this is just a choice that you, the artist, have to make, depending on the mood you're going for, depending on how vibrant and saturated you want your colors to be. So whether or not the low opacity, dark, muddy color technique works, or just picking each color and getting a darker shade of it, it's entirely up to you. And that was your free art lesson for the day. I might have to go to the bathroom in just a moment. You see, I had Donkey's coffee today. I love my donkeys. I finally got enough points today to get a free drink. Yay! Because I use the app, so every time I get donkeys, I get points. So I could get free donkeys. So, let's see, tomorrow, I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to finish Viserion and Amalthera, and also tweak my VTuber avatar, because Thursday is basically like personal art project day. And I will release the finished arts to my patrons only. So like whenever I do personal art projects, people who are patrons get to see it first, like early access, before I like post it publicly, you know, for everybody to see. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then I will be getting back into the WoW sticker project because I do want to, you know, work my way through the list of characters. So don't think that I'm done with that, because I'm not. I do want to make all of them. And then eventually I have to go back on YouTube and look up that tutorial for the Cricut machine to try and make the stickers, because I haven't really gotten the hang of the Cricut machine. And in case you're wondering what that is, it's a machine that cuts stuff for you. Like, it could cut out stickers and whatnot. But it's a little bit kind of complicated because last time I tried to use it, it wasn't really lining up with the artwork, so it wasn't making cuts accurately. And yeah, you have to like make sure that the paper is fed to it just right, and things have to be aligned right. You got to set things up in a program, and it's just a little bit of work, and I need to re-educate myself on how to use it. And also trying to get the settings right for like the thickness of the paper and how deep the blade has to cut is something I need to get the hang of, because it wasn't really cutting deep enough. So when you try to peel the sticker off, it wasn't cut all the way through. So once I work out all these little snafus and get it just right, then I'll be able to actually make all those little WoW chibis into stickers, and then make them available, so if people want to buy them, they'll be good to go. And at least I could finally put my Cricut to some use, because, you know, it's just been kind of sitting there collecting dust. It's such a nice device, but I gotta use it, you know? I like this track. This is a good one. I think I remember I had this one on repeat for like my whole stream. Like it went for like 6 hours. And I honestly didn't mind, because this is such a pretty track. This is going in the favorite music list. My biggest issue with a tablet is not being able to see my line results. I can't look at the screen and the tablet, or the screen and not at the tablet at all. Oh yeah, it is a little bit of a learning curve, and it will take getting used to, because when I started out with digital art, that's the kind of tablet that I had as well. You know, one of those like flat plastic kind of tablets that doesn't have a screen. And you know, when you draw, you're used to like looking down where your hand is, looking at the paper while you draw, so you could see your lines as you're making them. But with these kind of tablets, you have to literally train your eyes on the screen and just let your hand do what it's doing and not look at your hand. And it's just something you're gonna have to learn how to do. There's, you know, there's no way around it, unfortunately. But like anything else, it's like learning how to ride a bike, you know? You'll train yourself to be able to do it. It's just gonna take a little time. But you'll get it. You'll get the hang of it. You just gotta, like, hang in there. You know, you gotta get over that, the difficult phase, basically. And then there's also, you know, top that off with having to learn Clip Studio, too. So not only are you having the challenge of learning how to draw with a tablet, but you have to learn the software you're working with as well. And you have to make sure you calibrate your tablet so that you have, you know, the kind of pen pressure that you want. So there's a lot that goes into it, you know, and it takes time to get everything set up, but you know, that's why I'm here to help. So if you do come across any issues, like if you're having pen pressure issues, or, you know, I can't really help you with learning how to draw on the tablet, unfortunately, because that's just something you're gonna have to muddle through just by sheer grit and determination. But as far as Clip Studio goes, you know, I could share brush settings with you so that things go the way you want them to go. And if there's anything in the program that trips you up, you know, just ask, because I'm pretty good at Clip Studio at this point, you know. So I know my way around the program. This is good foreboding sounding music too. Kind of fits this scene, you know. Like he's all alone and the sun is gonna set in the desert and he's gonna freeze to death and he's wounded and can't move. He's gotta be in a lot of pain too. Poor thing. I got a rather dramatic scene going in my own story right now too, so I just started chapter 9 and I murdered Trainer Nerison. If you go into Murder Row and Silver Moon, into the rogue quarters, there's a bunch of NPCs and Trainer Nerison is one of the rogue trainers. He dead. like Amma and everybody just got back from having a really lovely day out on the town in Silvermoon to find like one of their people stabbed to death in a puddle of blood on the floor. So basically the next part I have to write is all of their reactions, like the horror, the anxiety, who could have done this, you know, raise the alarms, let's get the security on high alert because somebody's clearly in here killing off our rogues. You know, so it's gonna be a very exciting chapter to write. All kinds of fun, suspenseful things. Who's gonna get murdered next? Who's doing it? Let's see. One eye half blind from the blood in it. His wrists raw from struggling. Yep. Yep. So basically, chapter 9 of my story is, so there's this elf who, he was once kind of a part of the Silvermoon Shadowblades, but he was always one of those dubious sort of characters where he really enjoyed killing. And even though his job is an assassin and he has to assassinate certain targets, he didn't really care who died, like whether it was a target, whether it was collateral damage from people nearby. He was very reckless and he just loved bloodshed. So it got to the point where the leader of the Silvermoon Shadowblades basically had to put him down. You know, Felendriel, who's Amalthera's adopted father, he had to put this guy down, and he stabbed him in the gut with a dagger and left him for dead. Only Felendriel didn't know that he didn't stay dead. So, he didn't quite die completely. And now he's back for revenge, and he's basically murdering off Silvermoon Shadowblades one by one and leaving little cryptic clues that are really meant for Felendriel. And, you know, ultimately he's gonna try and take away everything Felendriel loves and cares about, so he's just killing off his people. And he is gonna try to go for Amalthera, too. So it's gonna be a very intense chapter. Like a life or death, you know, figuring out who the heck is killing everybody and trying to stay alive and not wind up a victim, and then take this guy out. So there you have it. That's what I'm working on right now. There we go. That shading's looking good so far. Now let's flip him back upside down. Yeah, see, this shading is so much better than what the auto shading did. Because the auto shading just doesn't know exactly where to put the shading and how, you know. The human brain is still better than the machine. I haven't been totally replaced by the AI yet. Although, you know what? If I took this art as it is right now, and I uploaded it into one of those, like, AI art programs, it would probably finish it for me, but it would make the whole thing be more painterly, probably, because I notice a lot of those AI art programs all have a very similar style, like that Riot Games League of Legends splash art kind of painterly style. Although it can do cell shading. I've seen AIs that do anime style. But the only reason why I won't do that like, I won't upload this into an AI program and, like, let it finish shading for me is because I do not want to feed it my artwork. I mean, I'm sure my art is probably already in it, and I'm just being a snob about it, but I just don't like the idea of these programs being able to use my style and my art and, you know, be trained on my kind of art without my consent. Like, I don't like that. I don't like it. God, that cut looks deep. I bet it is. He's lucky that his skull is still there to keep all his, you know, brains and stuff in. That has to hurt like a mofo. The way the line definition is just slightly thicker on the bottom gives the impression of a shadow. That alone tells you, yeah, this is deep enough to have a shadow. Mm-hmm. That's actually why I did those little sketchy lines inside of each of the cuts. To kind of show that it has depth. Like, these aren't just like little surface scratches. You know, these are jagged, muscle is torn kind of wounds. Like, these wounds don't play around, you know? Muscle, sensory, motor nerves all busted up. Eek. Poor guy. Amma has a pretty bad scar herself. As you can see on my VTuber avatar, there's a big scar going across her abdomen. She took a really severe wound. Like, her guts were pretty much ready to fall out. And also, she can't have babies anymore. But, you know, she survived it, and she's healing. She took a blade, basically. But luckily, she got rescued just in time before she could actually completely bleed out. And, it took her over a month of, you know, potions and traditional healing methods and magic to try and mend her. But, she still has, like, nerve pain and stuff from damage. So she got messed up pretty good. But, that's really the only scar Amma has. But, I mean, it's a bad one. Like, no sugarcoating it, it's a bad one. Hey, is that Lindsay? Oh yeah, I should use one of my potions. Oh, I don't have them. I don't have any elixirs! I sent them all to Nishante. I was too lazy to separate them. Oh, hello! Oh, good idea!
Anything else?
Yeah, your pillowcase. That should be it.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Oh, you made me break my nail! Oh no, it's shattered. Ah, my nail! Oh man, Mike just came in here and he was grabbing up the bedding for laundry. And then he tickle attacked me and I smashed my nail against my tablet screen and now my nail is completely busted in half. I have really weak nails, like if I just tap them, they just shatter. Ugh! Now I dropped my stylus. Oh, I gotta get the nail clipper, guys. This is a nail emergency. Oh. I hate having broken nails. It drives me nuts. Clippy, clippy. That sucks because that nail was getting pretty long too. Oh well. There we go. Nail be gone. Hey, tell Nuke he has to, like, get back to me about his commission. Because, like, people keep booking commissions, and, like, I keep reserving a spot for him, and then he gets bumped down. Because, like, all I know is he said he wants full body cell shaded, but he didn't give me any information other than that. Like, I don't know, you know, how ornate the character is. I'm assuming it's the character he's on right now. I don't know. He's sort of decided that it'd be $500. Ooh, big project. Yeah, like, he did tell me that it was probably gonna be a big project. So I'm gonna imagine he probably wants, like, the full cell shading, ornate armor, weapon, full body, detailed painted background. Like, the whole shebang, probably. But yeah, as soon as, you know, he can send me some references and, like, actually describe what it is he wants, then I'll be able to quote him a price and invoice him on artistry and all that good stuff. But yeah, already I had to push him into April because March got completely booked. Busy, yeah. I will say though, like, I am super happy that, you know, I've been getting commissions very steadily every single month. Like, so far there hasn't been a single month where I haven't filled up every single spot. So I'm really, really grateful, you know, to everybody for supporting me, keeping me afloat. Thank you, guys. I'm getting the stonks. Yeah, and you know, like, you guys know how I'm very transparent and I post, like, everything I make in the Support the Artist channel. So you guys can see, like, how well I do from month to month. And most months I hit my goal. I mean, there was a lot of months where I didn't. Like, I came up a little bit short, but like, the past couple of months, I almost always hit my monthly financial goal, you know, to cover all my bills, groceries, Bibble. Bibble's expensive. Let's not kid ourselves, Bibble cost me more than most of my other bills. Her cat litter, her food, her vet bills. She's an expensive Bibble. But, you know, I love her, so I spare no expense for my Bibble. Hey, you know what? Today's the first day that I haven't been working on the ropes for like an hour. And then I just remembered I still have to do the highlights on the ropes. Ah, I'm gonna do that dead last. We're gonna save the highlights on the ropes for like the very dead last thing I have to do. Because I am so done with these ropes. They tested me. I just took some pictures. Let's see. We post it in glamour shots. I'm gonna BRB, guys, because I still gotta go to the bathroom. Like I said, I had to go to the bathroom like a half hour ago. Oh. Oh, speaking of, you guys want me to send you a really funny and horrible video at the same time while I'm gone? Give you something to think about. Oh my god, let's see. Let me find it. It's terrible. Here it is. Have fun, enjoy. Here you go. Basically, it's some kid who's playing a video game. And I guess he's so into the video game that he doesn't want to get up out of his chair to go to the bathroom. So his mom starts screaming at him because apparently he's like pooping his pants, and she's like, "Get up and go to the bathroom." Now, obviously, the kid sounds like he's got something wrong with him, you know, like like or low functioning autism or something. He's not even poop socking; he's just shitting hard in his pants. I've never heard the expression poop socking before. I mean, I have heard that there are gamers who like literally will like pee in the bottles and stuff, like they won't leave their chair. You know, the raid is more important than them taking care of basic bodily functions, which in and of itself is like, holy cow, that's gross. But I didn't know about poop socking. Thanks for teaching me that. So yeah, enjoy. I will be right back. Bye bye. Ow! Welcome, Nuke Hazard! And thank you for following, because I lost a few followers and I'm trying to get back to 500, so that helps. We just need one more person to follow and I'll be back at 500. I know, it literally took me like half a year to get to 500 and I finally hit the goal, and then I did my colored sketch portrait giveaway. Lindsay won. And then I checked today and it's like 498 followers and I'm like, oh my god, who unfollowed me? No! That's just how it goes. Social media. You do really well with your art. I'm surprised you're not bigger. Yeah, me too. But yeah, like, I've been, you know, posting my art on the internet for a long, long time. And I've been streaming since 2020. But, when it comes to me and the internet, I'm always just a small fish in a very big pond, I guess you can say. Like, I don't know. Like, nothing I ever do makes me like suddenly viral where I've got like thousands of followers and what. Like, there's a lot of artists that they have big followings, but I have never been one of them. I'm just a tiny little person in the little corner of the world. And I post, you know, my art, or have been posting my art all over social media. And a few months back, I started streaming to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time, figuring, well, hey, I can try and also leverage YouTube to get more people. But I think ultimately, if I want YouTube to work for me, I'm gonna have to make like videos specifically for YouTube, you know, actual content, not just stream VODs. But I hate video editing, and I'm kind of a lazy butt about that kind of stuff. So I just kind of don't do anything with YouTube. It's hard to get the name out. I think that was my issue, finding someone that I liked, or just finding someone in general. Yeah. It is, like, there's so many amazing artists on the internet from like all over the world. It's really like a global competition, you know, to stand out and to get noticed. And it's hard to get your foot in the door. But, you know, even though I'm not like super humongous popular, I do have like my dedicated crew, so to speak. So I get, you know, I get plenty of commissions every month, and I make enough money to like pay my bills and support myself, which is really all I ever wanted. You know, I'm not trying to become a millionaire and go buy a diamond encrusted yacht or something. If that was the case, I picked the wrong career. So, you know, I do well for myself, because I have a very small community, but it's a very loyal, dedicated community. So, you know, a lot of you guys commission me multiple times and keep me going. But, you know, I do know that someday, like, my regular commissioners are gonna have so much art, like, coming out of their eyeballs that they're not gonna need any more art from me. And eventually my little pool of clients will dry up. That's just kind of inevitable. But, luckily, there's the miracle of, you know, word of mouth kind of advertising. So a lot of people who commission me share the art that I made with other communities, and then more people come in and commission me because they're like, oh yeah, my friend got this done from you and I like it and I want you to do something for me too. So word of mouth is really great. It's better than anything. Like, I would say 90% of my commissions come from just word of mouth. Let's see. Well, hey, once you make more stonks, you can hire an editor. Lynn, absolutely put your name up first when I ask. Nice! So yeah, I was really happy though to hit 500 followers after like 3 years of streaming. Like for me, 500 followers in 3 years is doing really good because, like for example, I've been on DeviantArt for 18 years. And in that 18 years, let's see, let me look at DeviantArt real quick. I have 1,507 followers, and that took 18 years to get 1,507 followers on DeviantArt. 18 years! And then on Instagram, I've been on Instagram since 2017, so like 7 years I've been on there. 927 followers. So, you know, if that doesn't show you guys just how slowly I grow my following, I don't know what will. Because there's other artists, like, they could literally post to something and they're only on there for a few months and it just explodes, and then the next thing you know, they have like 100,000 followers. That has never been my luck. It's not my lot in life. Let's see. It's how I found out about Emily. I saw a bunch of people with those sketches and their TRPs, and I was like, I want one. And then later, when I got financial stability again, I decided I'd get lots of Arazi art. Emily is probably the only artist right now that I trust to draw Arazi because she's not afraid of drawing muscles. She doesn't draw them cartoony or cutesy, and her anatomy is fantastic. So he always comes out looking great. Aww, that is such a nice compliment. Thank you. I'm definitely a freak for good anatomy. Like, I'm all about proportions and musculature and all that good stuff. I mean, I did a lot of figure drawing classes in college, and we had to draw the bones and the muscles, and we had to draw the human body if your skin was torn off. Oh, those drawings were great. It was really creepy, but it was good for learning. One day you'll blow up. You've put the time in. Also, yeah, I'm like dying for something neat. That's what I'm scared of too. I need nitty-gritty muscles and all. Oh yeah. Like, I don't, like, hold back when it comes to muscles and anatomy. Like, if you want muscles and you're drawing, you are getting muscles, let me tell you. Also, I see, I just checked my email. I do see your artistry request. Let me have a quick look. Boop 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 boop. View commission. Oh, I'm definitely gonna need to take reference pictures of you because all the reference pictures you posted are no-go. Because you posted them in nighttime dark lighting, so it's like really muddy and I can't see any of the details of his armor. So since you're sitting right next to me and I'm assuming that you're wearing the exact same armor, it looks like you are from these pictures. I'm just gonna take some pictures of you right now while you're here. So let's see. weapon armor. Point his blade into the ground, arm, hand resting on the hilt, foot resting on top. Okay, I know the exact pose you're talking about. So let me get you a Narcissus right now. Just gonna snap some references. Alright. Group photo, target. Hide my character. See, Narcissus is great because it's like perfect lighting and I could zoom way the heck in and I can actually see every bit of your armor in fantastic detail. And I can rotate your character and I could pose him. So I don't know, I don't think they have a pose like that. The Lich King pose. If I could do the Lich King pose, I would. But yeah, with the blade in the ground. Kneel. Let's see. But what I do with Narcissus is I go through a bunch of different poses and I like try and find what works, you know. Do 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 do. Mutilate. Oh, look, he's knocking. Knock, knock, knock. Honestly, I haven't ever seen this add-on before. I feel goofy now. Oh! Yeah, Narcissus is basically like an add-on that's good for taking pictures of your character. And we have a person in my server, a little gnome named Charlotte, who you've probably seen around. You might even know her. And she is like the master of Narcissus. She takes the most amazing pictures. Let's see. Oh, this is cool. Cool stance. Art, 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 art. Druid. Combat. Let's see. Ooh. And the cool thing is you can pause the pose. You know, get it how you like. Oh, so I like this pose right here. And then what I can do is like have the sword stabbing in the ground and lift up this leg so it's like standing on a rock. So let's see. Just gonna take a screenshot of this. And I'm gonna get some close-ups of the sword. I'm gonna turn it sideways so I could get some good pictures of it. So I could really see the runes and all the details. This is what I do for most people for their commissions. Like, I just meet up with them in the game and I take the pictures for them because it's just easier that way, you know. Now let's do kneel. I'm gonna move the kneel up a little bit, like a slight kneel. We can get a picture of the legs. Yeah, because if you just take like regular screenshots in game, like number one, you can't zoom in on your character. So it's really like with Narcissus, I could zoom way in. Like I can see, you know, the details of the face, the tattoo, everything. So much better. Gonna get some side view shots. Everything I need. Just take a whole bunch of screenshots every which way. Eventually there'll be so much art of Arazi it will be used as reference for later pieces. I so appreciate it. I really do. Let me see if I can get a side picture of the boots too. Side to side, just in case I need it. Because, you know, you never know. And then I'm gonna turn them this way so I can get a aerial angle of the boots. A little side to side. And I'll send you one of the screenshots that I took too. See, which one was it? This one. Like, cause look at how cool that is. Let's see. Do you want him drawn with the hood on or without the hood? Because I did notice he said with and without the hood. Because it's like whatever you prefer. Background could be dark and dangerous, like broken shore, anter, and wastes. Okay, that's doable. So yeah, basically full cell shaded painted background, ornate armor, weapon. Let me check my price sheet real quick, and then I can invoice you. And then I could get you booked for, I think, April 5th, is it? April 4th and 5th, I believe. I always have to look at my commission price sheet because I never remember. Like, I know full body cell shaded is 300, but then adding in, you know, background, ornate armor, weapon, like all of that adds to the price. So I gotta check my price sheet. Lynn was showing me the fair runway and she's like, there's Amma. Alright, so let me see. So cell shading full body complex. Okay, 500. So let's see. So the background, for the background, do you just want it to be like nature or do you want like buildings and stuff in it? Because you did mention like broken shore. So let me show you an example real quick. Let me just save. I'm gonna send you a example of a picture that's in that region. So this one I would consider a nature background. Because if it has buildings in it, that's like, you know, that makes it a little bit more complicated. This one is like mountains and fell lava and what have you. So, looking at my price sheet here. Background, simple gradient, $50 custom painted background of nature scenery, $100 for background with buildings architecture. So we're looking at complex because he's got weapon, complex armor, full body cell shade, so 500 plus it'd be 50 if you want a background that's just like, you know, fell, like the one I sent you. Okay. So it'd be 550. And then the other option too, I don't know if this is something you'd be interested in, but I also do color holds. So basically what a color hold is I colorize the line art. Let me see if I have a good example. So I'll send you this picture here. So it has like a softer look than just straight black lines. And then I'm going to send one that's just black lines so you can see the difference. So it's really up to you if you want to add color holds or not. But like if you zoom in, you can see like colored lines versus not colored lines. So yeah, if you wanted to add color holds to the picture, it'd be an extra 100, but that's because it takes a lot of work. But Some people are really, really into them, and some people don't care. Like black line arts don't bother them. So yeah. But right now we're at 550 with the background, the ornate armor, the weapon, everything you're looking for. Me personally, I always like recommend color holds if you want like the best of the best. Let me show you an example of the best of the best. But that's just me because I'm like OCD, you know, and I really like I like to go ham. My highest quality art has the color hold. This is an example of cell shading, full body ornate with a weapon, full color holds, and painted background. So this is basically the best of the best that I can do. So there's my recommendation. If you really want this to be the most amazing thing that I am capable of doing. But it really just depends on your budget, you know, because I don't want to make people completely broke, but alright, so basically it would be 650 ornate. I'm gonna type ornate armor and weapon, full body, cell shaded with broken aisles, BG, and color holds. And it's probably gonna take me maybe 3 to 4 sessions for this, so I will book you for, I'm gonna book you for 4 days just to make sure I give myself enough time. So your commission will pretty much be my work for the entire week. I want the most amazing thing you can create. Okay. You take as long as you want. Oh, I get stuff done fast. Like, I've been working on this picture for 3 days, and today I'm finishing it, so. I feel like it was flipped the other way. Oh, wait. Okay, it was. This drawing has been so hard on my brain because it's upside down, you know? So I keep flipping it every which way because it's like, how do I draw something upside down? It keeps messing with my brain. I was like, something doesn't look right. Like, I don't remember being oriented this way. Look, he's having a dance party. Doots, 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 doots. Okay, so I am gonna invoice you and paste in the information that I just wrote to you. And thank you so much. This is definitely a humongous commission, so really, really happy. And I'm gonna put the date will be done on April. Let me see. April 4th, 5th, 6th, and probably the 10th. 4th, 5th, 6th, and 10th. Okay, sending. Okie dokie. So I just sent you the invoice, and I am going to put you down. Oh, by the way, what's your character's name? If you could type it in Discord so I could copy paste it. Is it just Nuke Hazard? Like, is that his actual name? Or does he have like a RP name? Unfortunately, I can't view TRP for some people on my Horde character, so. Okay, Nuke Hazard, the Bleeding Hollow is just the real name. Duke is his TRP name. Just plain Duke. Oh, did you... Is he named after Duke Nukem? I'll put that in. I'm gonna put Duke for Nuke Hazard. Alright, so I'm going into my stream schedule. So now that I know how big your project is, I know how many sessions it needs to be reserved for here. Full body, cell shaded Duke. Full body, cell shaded with weapon, painted EG, and color holds. Copy. Paste. So let's see, we got 4, 5. And then, let's see. 4, 5, 10, 11. Okay, it's gonna also be the 10th and 11th. April 10th and 11th. So basically it's gonna be done Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Monday, Tuesday. According to my stream schedule. So I just made note of that in my little stream schedule channel, so there it is. It's a play on Dukes of Hazzard. Oh! Okay. Oh, I was just like Duke Nukem, you know? I'm all out of gum. Now you can also, if you want to, like, Drake bake 'em. That's funny. So, for payment, because I know $650 is like a huge chunk of change. If you want to do like 50% up front, you can, and then pay the rest when the project's finished. Or if you have it and it's not gonna like hurt you financially, you can just pay the whole thing up front. Either way, you know that, you know, I'm a trustworthy person, so I'm not gonna like take the money and run. And it will be streamed live, and it will be done on the days I say it'll be done, unless, you know, I get hit by a bus or something terrible happens. And in the off chance that something terrible happens to me, guys, like, you know, I end up dead, God forbid, I will make sure that Mike refunds you guys, because unless you want to let him keep the money for my funeral bill. Believe me, this is stupid, but it's something I've actually thought about. I was like, what if something horrible happens to me, and people paid me for the commissions, and, like, I die? Then what happens to their money? So I will make sure that Mike refunds you, unless he dies too, and then you guys are, you know, shit out of luck. So, like, if, you know, we both die together. Nobody ever thinks about that, but it's like, if you commission an artist and something happens to the artist and they didn't get to your work and you paid, you know? I'm a terrible person, I really am, for even thinking this stuff, but, you know, you never know what's gonna happen in life. But overall, I am a very trustworthy artist, so. Cross that bridge if it ever comes up. Like, you know, I think of the movie Beetlejuice and how they're just driving along on that little bridge and then they almost hit a dog and then they wind up going over the bridge. And I'm like, what if that was me? And like, I have a whole queue of commissions people paid for. I'd feel so bad. Like, my ghost would want to do the work, but, like, you know, dead. Oh my god, look, it's Charlotte! I gotta take a picture. Wow! There we go, I got a picture with Charlotte. Glamour shots. Screenshots. Sand. And also, this commission, I think, will pretty much cover my goal for March. Like, completely. My financial goal for the month. Yay! Woo! I'm so excited. Oh, hey guys, that reminds me. I have, like, another good news today. And then I swear I'm gonna get back to coloring because I know I'm, like, being a derp. I know I shouldn't do it, like, be taking on commissions while I'm streaming and supposed to be working on somebody else's commission, but, like, I'm a businesswoman, you know, and I like making money, so I do what I gotta do. But, so, you know, my car got hit by a taxi back in December, like a week before Christmas. And finally, after months of, you know, dealing with all that, my car is being fixed. And because my car has been hit so many times, the people who fix my car have kind of like gotten to know me and my car. And one year I was doing Comic-Con and it was raining and it was dark and I was trying to like just get my car away from other people. Like, I loaded up my stuff and I was trying to just safely get out of people's way, because I was kind of in a tight and awful spot, really, and everybody was like loading up their cars and leaving at the same time. And this guy kept trying to wave me, like direct me on how to get out and how to avoid hitting anybody. So I managed to avoid hitting everybody except for the freaking pole that was in the middle of the sidewalk that I didn't see because it was dark and it was raining. And by hit, I mean I literally just lightly tapped it going like 1 mile per hour. But it was just enough for the metal pole to put an ugly dent right in my fender. My driver's side fender. And so ever since I called it the Comic-Con crinkle, and it's really ugly. The paint scraped off and the spot was getting rusty and it's a nasty looking dent. It's all cosmetic, obviously, like it didn't affect the car in any way, but it's just ugly and I feel guilty about it because it's like it's my fault, you know? But so the guy at the body shop who's fixed my car multiple times now because people keep hitting me, he left a message this morning and he's like, guess what? I'm gonna fix your Comic-Con crinkle for free because I'm already taking apart like the whole front bumper of the car and blah blah blah. So I just decided to order the part and just do it for you, complimentary. Isn't that just so nice? Because, like, one time he quoted me, like, that it would be, like, $1,200 to fix it, you know? And I'm like, man, like, I'd love to do it, but I just really can't afford that, you know? Like, $1,200 is, like, my income for the whole month, so I can't. Especially because it's just for something that's aesthetic, like, if it was something about, you know, the car actually running and I needed to do it, I would, but yeah. So for all this time, I pretty much had to let it go, and every single time he fixed my car, I'd lament about the Comic-Con crinkle. I'm just like, yep. I mean, you do a beautiful job, you know, making my car look gorgeous again. But the Comic-Con crinkle will always be there, like an ugly reminder. So yeah, finally, the Comic-Con crinkle's going away. So what I want to do is like a thank you to him and his crew is I want to bake them homemade cookies and cupcakes and, you know, bring it over to them. And then maybe also bring them like a fruit and veggie platter in case there's anybody who might have like diabetes or something and they can't have sugar. Because I you know, I know some people don't eat like naughty sweets and stuff like I do. So, I mean, it's not $1,200, but it's the least I can do for, you know, their kindness. So, when I go to pick up my car, I'm gonna bring them some good snacks and baked goodies as a thank you. Because, like, really, that was super nice of him to do that. So, yeah, there you go. There's my happy story for the day. I'm so happy. My Comic-Con crinkle's gonna be gone. Yay! I'd die for some homemade cookies. Oh, and you want to know the cookies that I make? I don't know if you've ever been to Panera Bread, but like Panera has some sick like chocolate chip cookies. Like they are so good. So I look up a copycat recipe and I make the Panera chocolate chipper cookies. And they're very good. There's a lot of butter and shortening in them and brown sugar. And I use Ghirardelli chocolate chips and oh, they're amazing. So yeah, that's the cookies that I'm gonna make for them for fixing my car. Boop, 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 boop. Man, whenever I zoom in, I see all the little mistakes. I'm like, oh, look at all these little holes in my shading. It's really annoying. That's why you gotta shade stuff zoomed way in. They sound amazing. I'm the type of guy that gets up at 4 a.m. to devour a plate of cookies. I have a box of ginger snaps because like I'm on a diet, so I'm trying not to be too bad about stuff, but like I'm the kind of person where I have to have cookies in my life. And the ginger snaps aren't really that bad. Like they don't have nearly as much, you know, sugar as other cookies like Oreos and stuff. So I feel a little bit better about them. Ooh, I just received your payment. Thank you so much. Woohoo! I appreciate you, my friend. And also, I apologize in advance for the processing fees, because I know that, like, makes it a lot more money, but unfortunately, that's the world we live in. You know, PayPal wants to take their chunk of flesh, so... Alright, now I have to update my little bar here. I got my little widget, so I can't do math, so I need a calculator. 710 plus 650 equals... Ooh, I'm over my goal this month. 1,360. Huzzah! That's $160 over my goal. Yay! Woo woo woo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. 1,360. Start goal. So I am 113.33%. Oh, I don't set my goals that high. Oh my god. I mean, maybe I should up my goal, but like for right now, if I make $1,200 a month, I'm like ecstatic, you know? I mean, I know technically like I'm still living under the poverty line, but when I used to work at Panera and like every other job I've ever had, I'd only make like $500 to $800 a month. So for me, making $1,200 a month is like a huge improvement to my living. And a lot of that is because I live in HUD housing and I have Medicaid, you know, I'm poor. I live in low income housing that's based on my rent. Or my rent is based on my income, is what I mean to say. It's like subsidized. So if it wasn't for that, I would be homeless because I can't afford to live anywhere else in New York. Especially not in the town that I live in, because like most of the rents here are outrageously high. Like $1,200 a month would literally cover rent for like a studio apartment, and it wouldn't cover anything else. So if you have to pay utilities, if you have to pay for car insurance, gas, cable bill, electric, you're SOL. You have just enough money to pay for that rent, but not for the electric. And groceries, well, you're gonna starve to death because you don't have any money left over for that either. So this is kind of the situation I live in. I live in the, you know, I'm poor, but because I'm on the system, or in the system, I get, you know, the help I need to be able to live a decent life where I'm not like struggling, I'm not starving. I have a roof over my head, I have heat, I have hot water, I have a car. I basically have everything I need in life, including a cat. So it doesn't really bother me that I'm not, you know, I'm not rich or anything. But my goal is to someday be able to get out of HUD housing and actually, you know, get my own house. But that's, you know, a ways away. Like, I'm probably gonna have to make way more income to hit that goal. Like, to have a house up here, to be able to pay a mortgage, I would need to be making at least like $3,000 a month. If I wanted to live very comfortably and have a house and a mortgage, I would probably need $5,000 a month. So, yeah. If I ever become a super popular artist and I can book out like a year's worth of commissions, maybe I can make that happen, but you know, for right now, that's not really in the cards. But someday. And if you ever want to know, I am very, very transparent about my income from, you know, streaming and all that. So there's a channel on my server called Support the Artist, and I post, ever since I began the streaming, I post my income every single month. So the income totals what I make from commissions, what I make from Twitch subscriptions and you know, anything like tips people give me or whatever. So you guys can see, you know, how I'm doing. And this right here is the past 3 months. So I've been doing fantastic. My goal is $1,200 a month. And in January I made $1,300, and last month, February, I made over $1,200, and now I'm over $1,300 again. So, you know, so far I'm doing good. I'm right on target. And that really does help a lot. So, because life is expensive, man, especially groceries right now with inflation and everything. So I appreciate all of you guys who commission me, because you literally are supporting my life, like keeping me alive, keeping the roof over my head. You're, you know, you're putting food on the table. Yeah, so I can't really stress enough how incredibly grateful I am every time I get commissions. You know, it really is huge. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you! Oh. Let's see. Let me read the chat here. Da, da, da. I wish I could make 1,200 doing art, but drawing stick figures wouldn't cut it. Yeah, it definitely takes a lot of time to develop this skill. Like, I'm 36 years old. I've been drawing my whole life, and I did a lot of schooling in college. I have a bachelor's degree, you know, so I've been at this for a while. It's taken some time to develop this skill. I get it. Been there. Trust me. New York is rough. I used to live in New Jersey. Oh man, New Jersey is expensive to live in too. You will. It took me a while. Became a jailer of the damned to achieve it, so it took a little of my life to get a bit more. Yeah. Just think, guys. I mean, just a few years ago, I was living in dire poverty. Like, when I first started freelancing in 2010, I made about $250 a month. And for like the entire year, the very first year I started, I made $1,300. That's $1,300 for an entire year. So let me see, divide that by 12. I made about $108 a month. And that's what I was living on. And I had nothing. I literally had nothing. I was so poor. But, you know, I never gave up on my dream to be an artist, you know. It was really hard starting out that way. And I was charging really low, too. Like, I started out at, like, $10 an hour. Which, for me back then, I thought $10 an hour was really high, because minimum wage was, like, $7.25 or something. So, yeah. It took a couple years before I finally raised my wage to $20 an hour, and I've pretty much been at $20 an hour ever since. Like, I feel like if I go higher than that, I will probably not get work, so I'm definitely afraid to raise my prices any higher than where they're at. And, you know, I feel like with the $20 an hour, I'm doing just fine. You know, I'm making what I need to make to live, so I'm not really too concerned about that. But holy moly, I remember back then in 2010, I think it was in the month of August, I only got one commission and I made $15. And that was all the money I made that month. $15 for the month. That was it. You guys, like, I was living on, like, ramen noodles. I did have food stamps back then, though, so the food stamps helped a lot. I don't have food stamps anymore, which is why groceries eat up most of my monthly income. Like, oh my god, food is so expensive right now. Like, I have been trying to budget my grocery bill every month, and it's been like $400 to $500 a month, and I'm like, how the hell am I spending that much money on food? I just don't know. I really don't. Granted, this is for two people, like me and Mike, but that's way too much money. And also Bibble's food, oh my god, that cat, her food is very expensive. Because I get her like grain-free, like really good, healthy cat food. Because I want Bibble to live a really long life. So I don't give her anything that's, you know, crappy. I give her the best food I could afford. Food ends up being like $400 a month for me, and that's just shopping cheap. Okay, so it's not just me, because I'm thinking there's definitely, like, I must be doing something wrong, because I've never spent $400 a month on groceries before. Like, this has literally started just the past couple of months, where, you know, I've been noticing that my grocery bill has been literally the most expensive bill that I have, and I'm just like, how am I spending that much on food? Because I can't be that much of a fatty. Like, there's no way that I'm eating $400 worth of food every month, but yet somehow the bill keeps coming out that high, and I'm like, what the hell? But I mean, now it's like a carton of eggs is like $8, so it's kind of crazy. And I noticed that the price of like my ground beef that I buy, it used to be $16 for like 4 pounds of ground beef, and now it's $24. So I have absolutely noticed that the prices of everything that I buy has really gone up, like a lot. And it adds up, you know, all this extra, a dollar here, $3 there, like it really does add up. I think food ends up being around 200 a month for me. See, that's the budget that I'm trying to keep it at now. Like, I've already spent a little bit over 200 this month for the groceries, and I'm cutting myself off. So, like, if I have to eat ramen for the rest of the month, I will. Like, I don't care. Because I'm so done, you know, spending so much. Like, I'm really tired. And then gas prices, like, don't even get me started. You know, like going to my art lessons, I had to raise the prices of my art lessons because the gas to commute to my students was just crazy high. So, yeah. Like initially when I started streaming, my monthly goal was like 700 a month, and now because of the cost of food and gas, I had to up it to 1200 a month. And at the rate things are going, man, I might have to up it again. That doesn't mean I'm gonna make my goal, but you know. But yeah, that's life, yo. It's definitely around that area. Getting chicken went from $2 a pound to 5 to $6. Oof. I just straight up quit buying beef. It's too expensive. It has been for several years. Chicken's at least doable. Yeah, I'm gonna have to up my goal to like 1,500 a month. Because at the rate that inflation is going, I'm gonna need 1,500, you know? Also, Charlotte is taking some really freaking gorgeous pictures of your character. Oh my gosh. And Lindsay took some really nice pictures. Look at, you're getting so spoiled today, getting all these really nice Narcissus pictures of your character. Yeah, they're posted in the Glamour Shots channel. Anywho, that's my TED Talk about finance stuff. So, for me, I feel like my next step is I need to start making YouTube videos and, like, try and grow my audience more. So I was thinking of doing YouTube videos about, like, you know, art-related stuff, or maybe, I don't know, tutorials or art lesson kind of stuff, because people like that, you know? Like, you want to make videos about something people actually get value out of. So I have literally thousands of hours of footage from streams for the past 3 years to use for the videos. All I gotta do is like record a voiceover and, you know, edit the footage to be like maybe 20 minutes. So cut down like a 6-hour stream video to like 20 minutes and make it like a speed paint video. And then just like talk over it, basically. And maybe add, you know, a VTuber avatar layover on top. Just, you know, people like those PNG tuber kind of things. And then there you have it. Get some content up, get it, you know, monetized. Bring in some passive income from the YouTubes. The only problem with YouTube, though, like, they won't even monetize you now unless you have at least 1,000 subscribers. It didn't used to be that way. Like, I used to be able to monetize my videos even though I only had like 65 subscribers. But I just looked it up today and it's like, you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers to your channel before you can monetize. Like, well, thanks. Now that means I'm never gonna get monetized on YouTube. If it took me 3 years just to barely make it to 500 on Twitch, like, I don't know how the hell I'm gonna get to 1,000 on YouTube. I better make some really good videos, you know? Oh. Let's make some clickbait videos. Like, make them think like I'm doing a tutorial on how to draw big boobs, and then it's just like I'm actually drawing a Vulpera. Like, the thumbnail would be big booba anime girl. Clickbait made you look. Ha! I'd be like a YouTube troll artist. Oh yeah, and Nuke Hazard, you have earned the role supporter and commissioner. Congratulations! Now you have a purple name with a murloc. Yeah, you've been promoted. You are so welcome. And Arazi recently became an absolute legend because you have commissioned me like so many multiple times. Basically, all the people who commission me like a lot and have literally supported my living for months get promoted to absolute legend rank, and then I offer them a art package worth $60. So basically, I will mail you physical prints, button pins, stickers, and magnets and stuff from my Comic-Con supply. And some people, they don't accept the offer. They're just like, you know, I just like commissioning you. But, you know, for other people who are like, heck yeah, you know, and if you trust me to know your real address, like, I will mail you stuff. So pretty much everybody that has that role, most of them got mailed a little something something. Like Chompette, Babone, Savannah. You know, I like to do nice things for people who, you know, help me live, so. I'm ready, promotion. Like, honestly, because of the size of your commission, I am strongly considering giving you that rank, like, right off the bat. Because it's a big one. What do you guys think? You think Nuke Hazard deserves Absolute Legend? Because, like, if you want, I think you deserve it. Whatever you decide, I stand by you. I gave it to Drozane too because he gave me like a $700 commission, which was huge. We'll do it. Congratulations, you're an absolute legend. And of course, if you want me to mail you stuff, just like DM me your address. And I will show you my Comic-Con stuff and you can pick what you want. And also what I can do is when I'm finished with your commission, I can make a print for you. I can do as big as 11 by 17 poster size, and I have mailing tubes so I can put it in a nice tube and ship it to you. And you just gotta like get a frame for it, because I don't do framing, because framing is like way too complicated and expensive and it makes shipping really crazy high. So I'd rather just ship the print and let people do the frame stuff themselves. Oh no! I accidentally used the bucket tool. I just pay for your shipping. The shipping's actually really cheap. It's only $5.25. Like, that's how much it cost me to ship a print to California, so, in the mailing tube, because I just do, like, the cheapest shipping that they got at the post office. So, it's not too bad. I have a super printer that my fiance got for me as, like, a birthday gift, and it's amazing. Like, it does so good. It's a Epson Eco Tank, so I don't have ink cartridges. I just, like, fill these reservoirs with big bottles of ink. And I've been literally printing stuff with just the bottles that came with this printer for, like, the past 3 years, and I still haven't had to refill the tanks yet. Can you imagine printing for 3 years and not having to get more ink? Because with my old printers, oh my god, the ink would cost me a fortune. Having to buy those cartridges, like, oh god, it was such a ripoff all the time. I used to have this Hewlett-Packard printer, and the cartridges were like $62 every time. And they would dry out if I didn't use them quick enough. And I'd only get about 30 prints out of it. So, it was, yeah, it was not good. Yeah, man, if you ever, like, need a good printer, the Epson Eco Tank is, like, the best. The only thing is, if, like, it sits for a while and you don't print anything, you definitely gotta, like, clean the printer heads a couple of times, because, like, occasionally I do have the issue where, like, I go to print something and it prints, like, little streaks on it, or it has, like, banding, because, like, the heads are dirty and they start to, like, clog up and dry out a little bit. I can barely work a fax machine, let alone a printer. Oh. Yeah, so sometimes my printer does get, like, a little bit rusty and I have to clean it, but otherwise it works great. do, do, do. I've been trying so hard to promote my print business too, but I've also been terrible about it. Like, I basically made a Ko-fi page to, like, have a place to sell my prints because, for many years I've been on Etsy and I barely made any sales on Etsy. And Etsy just charges me fees, like, every single month, which is really annoying. So I finally decided to just ditch Etsy, and I made a Ko-fi because it's, like, free. You know, you could have a shop on Ko-fi and you can sell your art merchandise and it doesn't charge you obnoxious fees every month just for having the stuff listed. So yeah, I made it, but I haven't really taken the time to load it with lots of stuff. And I also made a channel in my Discord server called Emily's Merch Shop. And again, I haven't taken the time to really photograph everything I have and get it posted in there. So the only thing I actually have available for sale right now is my Arcane League of Legends prints. But nobody has bought any. I don't know if anybody will, you know. Maybe when, like, a new season of Arcane comes out and the show, like, spikes in popularity again, people will be like, oh my god, I need to have those prints. But for right now, like, everything Arcane is kind of simmered down at the moment, so I just gotta wait for it to resurge in popularity. And then everybody's gonna want to buy those prints. It would be a good side hustle if, like, people actually bought my prints. Oh, God. I've been trying, like, really, I've been trying for years to sell my artist prints online and nobody ever buys anything. So it does get a little discouraging after a while, you know? It's like, I must be doing something wrong, or I'm trying to beat a dead horse, I don't know. Like, I do post announcements about it every now and then. I'm like, hey guys, did you know that you can get, like, actual physical prints of all the commissions I've done for you guys? Like, I do, like, poster size, like, nice paper, glossy photo print. I mentioned it several times, but, like, it never really catches on, so I think people are just very content having, you know, just a digital file, and they don't really think too much about physical media. Because, you know, we live in the era of everything being digital, like streaming services and all. Like, people don't buy DVDs and comics anymore. They just get everything online, all digital. So I feel like that might be part of what it is. Like, nobody wants to own physical media. That's like people who don't actually buy music, they just pirate it. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of it is on me, though. I need to really, like, take time to photograph everything I have. Because I feel like if I really showed people that I have, like, you know, button pins and magnets and stickers and stuff, and, you know, showed people, like, look guys, look at how cool this is. How would you like it if your art was on a magnet and you could put it on the fridge? Or, like, if your art was on stickers and you could slap them on your laptops, your tablets, your cell phones, your notebooks, you know? How would you like it if your character was on a sticker? Huh? Huh? Yeah. Also, I don't know if you guys know that I am a big sticker collector. I have a lot of stickers. Like, I really love stickers. I have an entire bin full of every kind of sticker you could imagine. Oh, you collect stickers too? Yay! Fellow sticker collectors unite! Like, the reason why I like collecting stickers is, like, for Christmas time, I like to really decorate people's Christmas cards a lot, and I just put stickers, like, all over the envelopes and all over the cards. Like, I just do it up, you know? I make them look so pretty. Ooh, a massive box full of them. Nice. You'd probably really like my WoW sticker project then. I made a Chibi Sylvanas and a Chibi Vol'jin so far. And I have a couple more lore characters to create, and then I'm going to be turning them all into stickers. So I don't know if you've seen my Chibi characters, but let me, I'll show you real quick. So yeah, I only have 2 of them done, and basically these are for my patrons, so people who subscribe to my Twitch channel here get access to the patrons role on Discord, which gives them access to the patrons only channel, and the Chibi WoW sticker project is a patrons only project. And these are the 2 that I've done so far, and I only recently released them for the public because my patrons got to see them first. But yeah, these are gonna be stickers, and they're so cute! I love how Sylvanas came out. I'm really proud of this one. But yeah, so we got Vol'jin, Sylvanas, and I'm gonna be doing Thrall, and Kiro, Bane, Gen Greymane, Jaina Proudmoore. I don't know if I have Anduin in the list, but basically a lot of the Horde and Alliance leaders. Thalyssra is gonna be in there. I could read the list. Let's see. At the patrons channel, I got the list of who be getting done. So, oh yeah, Lorthamar Theron is getting done. Malfurion, Tyrande. Yeah, so we got a lot more to go. It's gonna take a bit. But you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, so I basically do these projects whenever I can, when I can get to them. Great side hustle. See, that's the thing, man. If you want to make a living as like an artist, you gotta have a lot of side hustles. So, like, I'm trying to, you know, have a sticker selling business. Trying to do a whole Patreon kind of sort of thing without Patreon, because again, with Patreon, I could never get enough patrons, so I just eventually got rid of Patreon. It was like, people are paying me $1 a month, and I felt bad, so. So now the way I do the patron thing is I just, like, I promote people to patron role within Discord, and just give them access to that channel, so they essentially get early access to my personal art projects. And that's essentially how I, like, give back to people who are patrons. Like, you guys get to see this before anybody else. And eventually I'll get the YouTube thing going and I'll post up more stuff from my little merch and print shops. And then there was one more art avenue that I haven't pursued yet that I feel like would be a good way for me to make money. And that would be like making art to license onto products. Specifically, I am a freak for Halloween. Like, I really love Halloween. And anybody who's been in my server long enough has seen my Halloween decorations for the past 3 years. Like, I'm crazy about Halloween. So I've always wanted to make Halloween decorations. And I would, like, absolutely love it to be able to, you know, license Halloween art to be put onto products and stuff. Like, when you go into, you know, Walmart or Target and you see, like, Halloween party plates or, you know, little decorations you can hang up on the walls and in the windows. I love that stuff so much. So that would be great. And actually the funny thing about licensing artwork is that's really the way to make money if you're an artist that has no following at all. Like, if nobody knows who the heck you are and you're just, like, underground, all you gotta do is just whip up a whole portfolio of art that would be good on products and then just submit it to different manufacturers and then wait for the checks to come in the mail. And that's how a lot of artists actually make their living. Literally, like, every store you've ever gone in where you've seen holiday decorations, that was all made by artists that did exactly that. So, there's that, you know. But of course, all of this rides on the fact that I need to make time to do it. So it's hard because it's like, it's, you know, there's only so many hours in the day and I don't know if I could juggle that many things all at once. And then of course there's the fact that I also want to make my own novel, my own illustrated novel or comic called Shadows of Etheria, which is my very own project. And there's no time for that, like, at all. Like, with everything else that I'm doing, there's never time for Shadows of Etheria, so that one's always kind of on the back burner. And that's one of those projects where, like, I would have to take, like, 6 months to a year off and just work on that exclusively. Like, work my ass off until it's completely done. And then try to get it published and cross my fingers and hope that it actually sells. And, you know, if it does well, then I pretty much am set for life, or at least I'm in good shape. But if it doesn't do well, then, you know, I just had 6 months to a year of my life with no income and no payback for all my hard work. So it's super risky, you know, to do my own project. As much as I really, really wish I could, I'm just, like, too afraid, you know, to try going that route. But if I was able to make it, it would be my magnum opus, for sure. That's like, I think that's when you need to, like, make a Kickstarter, you know? Like, I feel like that's what a lot of artists do. They make a Kickstarter when they have their big personal project and they want to try and, like, get backing for it. I'm a Halloween freak. I scare people when I talk about it. High five! Halloween best holiday, 10 out of 10. You could apply to be an artist for Blizzard. Oh my god. You know what's funny? I actually did. But this was, like, years ago. I Blizzard had an opening, like they were looking for artists, and I applied and I sent them my portfolio, and you know, my art is nowhere near where it is now. And I knew they were gonna reject me because I don't do the kind of art style that Blizzard wants, like that, you know, painterly style. So I did get rejected, unfortunately. But you know, after hearing about everything going on with Blizzard, I'm just like, oh, I don't know if I want to work for them now as, you know, an independent contractor. If anything, I would want to work for Riot Games because they pay real good. Like, they pay their artists and their game developers more than Blizzard does. Try it again. It would be funny though, like, you know, maybe I could get hired for Hearthstone art because Hearthstone seems to be a little bit more open to like a lot of different styles of art. So I'm thinking they could probably use some like cell shading stuff on their cards. Like, I don't know. I mean, a lot of the Hearthstone art is still that painterly style, so I can't really say for sure, but you know, it couldn't hurt just to send Blizzard like a little portfolio sample and just for the hell of it, you know, just for funsies, like hey, would you guys ever hire me to do some Hearthstone cards? Because honestly, that would be the bee's knees. Because I actually really do like Hearthstone. I've played a lot of Hearthstone. And I love the art on the cards. I do follow a lot of artists on social media that do art for Hearthstone. So, as much as I say I wouldn't want to work for Blizzard, I would kind of make an exception for Hearthstone. Because the people who work on the Hearthstone stuff like actually seem like they have fun. Like Hearthstone is very lighthearted and like just a different vibe, you know. Then everyone would want commissions. At 20 can go to 100. Can you imagine charging $100 an hour? Holy crap. That would be super cool though for my portfolio to be like, yeah, I worked for Blizzard and did art for Hearthstone. Well, I'll keep it in mind. I mean, that is the one avenue that I have never actually done in my art career so far is I've never worked for a studio. Like I have always been, you know, independent, self-employed, and I just work for like little clients, you know, just normal people, not really companies or businesses. So, it would definitely be a very different thing for me to be like working for a game studio or something like that and actually have like art directors, you know, critiquing my work and whatnot. Although I'm not really sure, like for Hearthstone, if they have like art directors or if they basically just, you know, commission them and then give them some feedback on like what to edit before they submit it as a final piece. So I don't really know how the process works for that, but I definitely imagine that the art does have to be seen by like a couple higher ups and get approved before it gets made into assets for the game, no doubt, because I'm sure they have really high standards and that they're pretty picky, you know. So it would be a little bit stressful. It would definitely give me some anxiety for sure, but I'm sure I can handle it, you know. Having these big honchos being like, alright, I need you to fix the lighting on this one. Okay. Will do. But yeah, that'd be sick. That would make sense, but you definitely handle it fine, like all new things, but at the same time get yourself a nice beach house. I don't know how much, like, the artists make for those illustrations to Hearthstone, but it would be really interesting. Like, I think I looked up for Blizzard, on average, artists can make anywhere from around like 53,000 to 90,000 a year income. Which already any of that is like 100 times more than what I make. Let's see, I don't know what I make in a year. Let's just say I make an average $1,200 a month times 12 months. I make $14,400 a year, which in the United States is considered under the poverty line, because I think like 15,000 is where the poverty line is at. So I'm under the poverty line, I'm poor. But if I was able to work for Blizzard as an artist, I would suddenly be making, let's see, 14,000. Let me see. Let's just say 53,000 is like the minimum. Actually, I'll just say 50. Let's just say 50,000 minus 14,000. I would be making $36,000 a year more than what I make now. So, I guess that would be worth it. I would be able to buy a house if I was making money like that. I definitely would be able to get out of HUD housing. So, I don't know, I could send Blizzard a few of the things I've made and just, you know, just for shits and giggles, see what they say about it. Like, would my art suit Hearthstone cards at all, or do I have to adopt the painterly style? You know? Well, we'll see. I should send them this picture. Hey, can you put this on a Hearthstone card? And the card will be, it'll be called like Wrecked Vulpera, and it summons like 6 Vulperas across the board and you get wrecked. Only thing is like you take a little extra damage when you play the card, or something crazy like that. Because like you get wrecked, but you also wreck your enemy. That would be funny. Alright, I keep looking at it because I'm like, alright, what else do I need to do? So I think the shading is done. So now I gotta do the highlights, and then I gotta do the airbrushing. And the airbrushing is what's gonna make things look more bloody, because like the blood is gonna be more like permeated into things, like soaked into clothing, soaked into the ropes, matted into his fur. So like you think it looks bloody now, but he hasn't hit his final form just yet. We're getting there, though. And I also just smoothed out the little details in the background painting that I wanted to fix, just to make them a little nicer. Yeah, it's gonna be bloodier. This isn't the bloodiest. Alright, so next up is highlights, so I gotta make a highlights layer. This is already so many layers, like holy cow. So many layers! Ah! Next year, Blizzard employee beach house. Just don't forget about us. I'm gonna leave for a bit. Definitely be back for another stream. We'll want to see some of my friends' work get done. Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a portrait of Lindsay's character the first week of April because she won my free colored portrait sketch giveaway. So her character Ellie, I think that's her name, Ellie, is gonna be done. So you'll definitely want to tune in for that. And thank you so much for watching, and also thank you so much for your humongous commission and, you know, paying all my bills for the month. So thank you! You enjoy the rest of your evening and go enjoy, you know, World Fair Carnival stuff. And hello, Babone! How are you? We got to do some highlights, some highlights, some highlights. We got to do some highlights and make the fur shine. Shiny, shiny fur. You enjoy the rest of yours as well. Thank you, I shall. This commission is gonna be done today. We're getting there. Just doing some highlights. Because, you know, you can't just have shadows without highlights. Oh yeah, one other thing. Tomorrow's my dad's birthday. He's gonna be 68 years old. And I am going to be cooking stuffed cabbage and buying a cheesecake. So, birthday cheesecake and stuffed cabbage. It's gonna be fantastic. Especially because I love stuffed cabbage. I've never ever made it before, but like I think I know how to make it. So I'm gonna try. I'm a pretty good cook, so I have faith in myself. Shiny, 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 shiny. Poor little Vulpera. He's in terrible straits, but he still has really nice shiny fur. Such floof. Shiny with a little bit of blood, you know? Super Jewel, hello! How are you? I am drawing bloody Vulpera in horrible dire straits. Much sad. I am very well, thank you. I'm just putting the shinies on. We're like almost done with this commission. I finished the shading and now I'm adding the highlights, and then I'm just going to do a little airbrushing just to finish it up. And the airbrushing is going to include more blood stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Much blood. More blood! Buckets of blood. Oh my god, you know, I just thought of something terrible but funny. Like, hang on, I'm saving it because I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something terrible to your picture. Alright, hang on. I need a watercolor brush, I think, for this. Let's see. Running edge water. Transparent. Let's try transparent. Oh, no. Hang on. Hang on. Maybe, no, maybe I'll use the oil Dorito brush. I gotta find the right brush for this. Hang on. Oil brush. I have a Dorito brush. Is this it? Is this... No, that's not it. Hang on. Texture? No, that's a blender. Watery brush. Let's see, how does this watery brush look? I gotta find just the right brush to do what I want to do here. Huh. This must be a blender brush, because I do not see anything happening right now. What is going on? I don't see anything. It's not doing anything. Try this one. Okay, this one's doing stuff. Hey, actually, this brush might be good for this. You know? I wanted to do something silly, but, like, this brush is actually kind of nice for, like, the actual what it is I'm trying to do. So I think this is gonna be, like, legit right here. Because look at how nice this brush looks. I wanted, like, a watercolory kind of brush to, like, put texture and make the blood look like it's kind of soaked into the fur. And this brush is doing a dang good job. Oh yeah. Then get some darker crimson going in here too. A little dark red, a little light red. Mix that sucker up. They got your old coagulated blood mixed with the fresh new blood. I know, this brush is good! Like, this brush is really getting it. I love it. What I was gonna do to be silly, though, is, I was gonna carry it. You know that Stephen King movie? I was just gonna be like, you want more blood? I'll give you blood. Hang on a minute. We're gonna make a carry out of your picture. There you go. He's just all blood. Everything. The pole, the ropes, just everything. Just blood. Oops, all blood. Yeah. Poor Fox. I hope they post up the story for that. There's a reason why there's no story to it. It's meant to be left open. Why I did this to him. It's looking awesome. The severity of it and that he survived it is all that really matters. It's kind of when Mad Max goes into the fog to deal with the bullet farmers. Chump it. Dang, the stream's still going and I stepped away for a bit. There will be a few lines posted under this picture in my Imgur gallery for him. Ooh, I got booped! I must see the booping. Also, I'm totally out of elixirs of tongues. I see you! I'm gonna boop you back. Now you've been booped. There you are! But yeah, if any of you guys talk to me, I can't understand what you're saying because I don't have any elixirs of tongues on me right now. I have like 15 of them, but they're all on Nishante, so I gotta like mail some over. So right now, like everybody around me is speaking gobbledygook. Farvalesh Aldenoth an Lars lo unervrin far Thorlithos. Hulodare odes Lars lo rule go bor Mandos. I literally have no idea what anybody's saying. But it sounds really cool. This is what common sounds like as read by, like, me trying to sound like a man. Azrith Nosperad Seingold Andkovisko Farvastrugen. Oh god. Somebody stop me, I'm terrible. Heckburr. At least I know what keck and burr mean. That's about it. I remember for years people were trying to crack the code to try and understand the languages, but nobody was ever able to do it because it's pretty random, I think. Had to duck into booth 10 for selling. I hope your roleplay has been going good. Like, I hope Sigurd has been, you know, selling a lot of wares. The only thing that I've really been doing for the World Fair Carnival every day is on Nishante I go to the Wheel of Fate and I spin the Wheel of Fate. And like every day they want her to kiss people. Like one day they said you have to consensually kiss a giant lizard. So I like walked up to this lady, I thought she was a Drakthir, and she's like, nope, I'm a full-on dragon. And I'm like, well, that qualifies as a giant lizard. So like, I kissed her on the cheek, and I got a prize for it. And then yesterday they wanted me to artfully kiss somebody with consent, so I like kissed a Tolvir. Because, like, obviously I'm asking people in the chat, like, hey, anybody want to share a consensual smooch? And nobody was responding to me, so I just use Narcissus and I grab an NPC and I'm like, hey, how about the cat people? So I kissed a cat person. And I got one of those elemental pets from the pre-patch event. And on the first day, I had this slow fall off a dam with a dwarf. And there were hardly any dwarves around. But I managed to find one who was waiting in line to get a sketch from Irish Moo. So, like, I just kind of captured her in Narcissus. And I did a little photoshopping to make it look like I was slow falling off a dam with the dwarf. And I won a Kunchang pet for that, so I've been having a lot of fun with the Wheel of Fate thing, because it's just like really goofy, light-hearted roleplay. Like every day, see what kind of weird tasks they give me and then win a pet. And I've been making like a story out of the Kunchong that like every day it gets a little bigger and it's slowly turning into a man-eating monster bug. And like the people who gave it to me as a prize are like really afraid of it and they're regretting giving it to me. They're like, who the heck put this thing in the prize box? So and I named it Fifi, so I've just been having a lot of fun. Just doing a really goofy little roleplay with Nishante showing up every day with Fifi, and Fifi gets a little bigger and a little bit more threatening, like Fifi's gonna eat people, you know? But Nishante is kind of like, she's a little bit dopey, like a little oblivious, so she doesn't really understand how dangerous this little Kunchong pet actually is. So she just kind of dotes on Fifi as if it's like a cat or a dog or something. So I play it like that. It's really funny. See, it's okay. A lot is limited by location inside off the main drag and my schedule. Oh, I see. There's a huge line over here. I'm not sure what this vendor has. Unfortunately, like on the Horde... Oh wait, I could see her TRP. Hazella Hollis, the ephemeral wagon. So she's trading spooky, magical, and beautiful things. I see. But yeah, this lady over here has a really big line, so she must have something interesting. Oh, wow, somebody said happy birthday to Jam. I just said, Jam, it's your birthday! Happy birthday! 1 RP'd going into the desert area on WoW. Can't remember which one it was. We ran into the ogres and used dice trying to get away from them. One of us barely made it out. We were out looking for treasure. Had a great time. Ah! That does sound fun. I've done RPs like that where we kind of use like Dungeons and Dragons, like dice mechanics to determine the outcome of stuff. And it is definitely a lot of fun. For sure, Z's. Unless you have a lot of really bad rolls. Like if you just roll 1 all the time, then I don't know how much fun you're gonna have. You're probably just gonna die. I remember one time I actually got together like a group of like 7 people and we had to form a raid party and we were doing this RP where we went into Jadenar because there's like in Fellwood there's a place in Jadenar where it's like a cave underground and it's almost like a dungeon. This place is huge and there's a lot of demons and warlocks in there, like kind of cultists and stuff. So I made an entire campaign where we had to kill this orc warlock named Vargoth. And it was really fun. Because everybody, you know, went in there. And we did, like, the roll system in WoW. So, like, slash roll to determine how effective your attacks are. And it was like, I basically did it where if you did a low roll, you got your ass kicked, and if you did a good roll, then you did some serious damage. And I was running 2 accounts at the time, so I actually got to play Vargoth and, like, you know, RP out the big old battle between him and everybody else, so it was a lot of fun. The Wandering Worgen for the Alliance! Hello, Wandering Worgen. Welcome. And I say, for the Horde. I will admit, I am a Horde player. And I don't currently have an elixir on me. So right now at the World's Fair Carnival, I have no clue what anybody around me is saying. But that's okay. It's a whole lot of gobbledygook going on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Are you a friend of anybody? Like, did anybody invite you in here? Or did you just see my TRP and just popping in to see what's going down? I'm always just curious. I'm like, how'd you find me? My little itty bitty art stream. I'm drawing a Vulpera that's in a very bad state. Bloody, wounded, tied to a post in the middle of the Voldoon desert somewhere. Oh, you've been on my Discord for a year? Okay. What's your name in my Discord? Because I know everybody on Discord and Twitch have different names, so it's like, it's hard for me to know who's who. OT Dad. Oh yeah, I've seen your name before. I don't think you really talk in the server though, so you kind of like snuck in. Yeah, sneaky. But that's okay, because like, you know, some people are just wallflowers, like, they're lurkers, you know. As an overtime dad. But yeah, that's cool. That's totally cool, being a lurker, being quiet. But that's nice to know that, you know, you're here, and I'm very happy to have you in my community. And I hope that you enjoy the art that I post. And thank you so much for watching my stream. Also, if you'd like to hit that follow button, that would be great. If you're not already following, because I don't know. I had like 500 followers and then I lost 2 of them and I was like, no! So I'm trying to like get anybody who's not following to follow me so I could get back to 500. 500 was such a nice number. Took me 3 years to get that number. Alright, we're almost done putting shinies on the tail here. How rude to unfollow. Yeah, unfortunately, people do all the time. Like, I get, you know, unfollows on Instagram and, And I have gotten quite a few on Twitch. And also I have a bot in Discord, and it tells me when people leave the server. I've had a few people where like they commission me and then I do the work and then they leave right after. And I'm always like, huh, okay. I mean, I guess it's like they got what they wanted, you know, but still, it's kind of sad, you know. They only joined just to get a commission and then they left. Like they didn't want to stick around. Because, you know, I like having people, you know, be a part of my community. Whether they chat or not, it's just nice knowing that they're there. Good people in there to talk to. Yeah, like, I gotta say, you know, I'm really grateful that I have such a nice community. Like, I have really, really chill people in my Discord. Like, I very rarely ever have any issues with anybody in there. People are generally very friendly. Oh my god, this Dunkin' Donuts coffee is so good. I got a Coco Mocha. Coco Mocha, Ikam Bookum. It's fun to say Coco Mocha. Thank you, Wandering Worgen, for following me. Yay! That means I'm back up to 500 followers. Yay! When I hit 500, I did a colored portrait sketch giveaway. And Lindsay was the lucky winner, so I'm going to be drawing her character Ellie. And you might have seen her. She is out and about. She's got like short red hair, super cute character. So keep an eye out for her, because there will be some gorgeous art of her character coming up in just 2 weeks. Alright, all the shinies on the tail is done. Now I gotta do the rest of his fur. So we're gonna do a little shinies on his fur right here. And I hope you guys are having a lot of fun at the World Fair Carnival, if you guys are participating in that. The other one that I like is the Argent Tournament one that they do. That one always amazes me. It's like how many people show up to that. It's incredible. I love taking pictures there, like when everybody gathers on the steps. It's just like, oh my god, it's like every role player in WoW is all together in one place. It's amazing. Are there any other, like, really giant roleplay events other than those two? Like World Fair Carnival and Argent Tournament one? Because I kind of wonder, like, how many of these roleplay events are there? The really big ones. Hmm. Yeah, like those are the only ones that I really know about. This is pretty music. Some of this royalty copyright free stuff is like really nice. I'm just like, whoever gave this music out for free is very generous. Like, I'm definitely digging this one. This sounds very nice. I'm like a sucker for like really pretty fantasy music that has female vocals. Like, it just hits me hard, you know? That's why I love listening to Ivan Torrent and like Julie Elvin and Two Steps from Hell, Tales of the Forgotten, like all of that stuff. Just so good. So, so good. The intro of Skyrim is awesome. And a dude does the falsettos. Wow. Oh, I love the Skyrim soundtrack. Oh my gosh. It's so amazing. And the music is done by Jeremy Soule, and like that guy is so talented. Ooh. That looks sick. I would play it on my stream, but unfortunately because I stream to YouTube as well as Twitch, YouTube is like super strict about copyrighted music. So if I don't want my video to get like deleted, I can't play anything copyrighted while I'm streaming. When I stream on Twitch, though, the only thing that Twitch does is it just, like, mutes my video. It's like, oh, you got copyrighted audio, let's mute that for you. And then, you know, that's it. I don't get in trouble. Enjoy your dinner. Take care, and thank you so much for popping in. It was good seeing ya. Alright, so the highlights are done. So all I got left to do is continue with what I was doing with that cool blood brush. And just continue adding, you know, mottled blood here and there and everywhere and make it really bloody. And then it's done. Dun 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 dun. I'm really glad that, you know, I ended up taking 3 full days for this project because this one was a biggie. Like, there's no way I could have finished this in 2 days. This was definitely a 3-day picture. Well, Bibble is here, but she's sleeping, so... No cat noises here. Alrighty, so I'm ready for the final verdict. So let me screenshot this. Let me know if it's bloody enough. Or if you want it bloodier. Sorry that the screenshot shows both my screens, but yeah, like I feel like, you know, if we did more blood, it would be kind of overkill. Like I feel like it's bloody enough because I have the bloods, you know, soaking into the rope, soaking into the clothing, a little spattered here, there, and everywhere. I feel like it looks really good. Like I don't want to overdo it. Like I don't want to carry the picture, you know, like like he just got dipped in a vat of blood. So me personally, I think that it's done. But of course it's ultimately, you know, up to Arazi. So let me know. Uh-oh, a long That's the of what else does it need? Oh. Sorry, let me save it as a full picture here. Legit pig. Yay! Alright! So Arazi says it's perfect. Yeah, because look at how bloody that is. So bloody. It looks as brutal as it needs to be. Indeed. Alright. Alright, so the final has been approved. So this is the finished piece. I'm gonna upload this to the server, into the art channel, sketches and commissions, and then send it on its way on Artistry so that Arazi can mark it as complete. And that pretty much concludes today, so just a little under 4 hours to finish it. Not too bad. So let me think. Day 1 was 8 hours. Day 2 was 6, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14. And then we'll say 4, 15, 18. 18 times 20. We were $10 over budget. Oh god. That's okay. It was worth it. Plus I did a lot of talking and stuff, so there were like a lot of times where I was going slow or I wasn't paying attention. So I probably was right on budget. Like I could easily like take off an hour of me just, you know, not working. So yeah, pretty much we're right on target. Tomorrow I will be back. Yes, I will be streaming finishing coloring my Amma and Viserion picture. And I'm also going to try and do some edits to my VTuber avatar so that Mike can make her more bouncy in all the ways that matter. Boing boing. And yeah, then after that, Friday's my day off. So I will see you guys again tomorrow. So ciao for now, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I had so much fun. I'm going to go take a bath and relax for the rest of the night. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.